Made a video about this before. There was a social experiment. I can relate to this big time. So there's a shopkeeper at a shop, and she decided to give this one woman extra attention, special treatment, because she knew this person was wealthy, even though she was dressed in very casual gear, in casual clothing. She probably dressed in casual clothing to try to fit in, to not come across as some wealthy person. Um, Maybe because maybe sometimes if you walk down the street in expensive clothes, people ask you, beg you for money a lot. But if you're dressed up in casual gear, then they're like, oh, it's just another person. They don't have much. But how could this shopkeeper tell that this woman was wealthy? It's because it was psychological. She went into the shop and she took no notice of the people around her. She only took notice of the material goods. Okay, I can totally relate to that. It's a cultural thing. It's not an individual thing. She didn't someday make the decision saying, "All right, from now on, I'm going to try to avoid all the humans in this area, and I'm just going to focus on the material goods." No, that's not how it works. It's just the culture. She probably does it without even being aware of it, thinking it's just the norm. Like where I grew up in Black Rock and Carrick Mines. Now I live in Stillorgan, renting my own place, and growing up in those two areas, like it's not friendly. People don't say hello to you on the streets. You walk down the streets, people just nearly all, like 99 times out of 100, they just ignore you. If somebody said hello to me when I was walking down the street, I'd be like, oh Jesus, I'd be caught off guard. I'd be like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Do you know what I mean? That's the same for her. And so you go into a shop, why would I take notice of randomers in the shop? They're just strangers in my mind. And from the area I grew up in, this is a case of if you don't know a person personally, you just ignore them. Now it's different if someone walked past you on the street and they knew you personally, they were a friend, they were a colleague, you went to school with them. Then it might be different. Then you might say hello, but for a stranger, you're never going to make any effort to get to know them. Okay, that's just how it works in that area. So it makes sense. Okay, but you go to a more working class area, people know each other. You say hello to each other when you walk past them on the streets and stuff like that. And look, I work at McDonald's. All right, one of my managers is actually from Ballyfermot. Okay, Ballyfermot, it's a working class area, and he told me, like in the summertime, like they have like parties, street parties, and like everyone's invited. Like like if you're from the area, you can just join in. Do you know what I mean? You will not get that where I live. Okay, I don't like that crap. That's why I'm planning on moving out. I want to move to a more down to earth area. Because I don't want to be. Because I'm not a materialistic guy. I don't place too much value on material goods. I have a TV there. I don't even use it anymore. I had that for my Xbox. I sold my Xbox. I just haven't got around to getting rid of the TV. So, look, if one of my housemates says they'd like to keep the TV, I'll be like, all right, sure, you can keep it, bro. I don't care. I don't care. If you know what I mean. So, I do value people more than material objects. So I'm kind of like opposed to the kind of culture that I grew up in. So that's why I feel like I need to leave.